There's the referee, Mr. Karlsson, who was also in charge of the quarter-final between Marseille and Milan. You may remember when the lights failed in Marseille and Milan walked off, and in the end he had to abandon the game right at the end. And well, it's Marseille who went on, and indeed Chris Waddle's side now in the European Cup final. But here we go now in Rotterdam for this second half of this Cup Winners' Cup final. Barcelona, let me remind you, in the blue strip. Manchester United in the white. Robson up with the header. Here's McLean. A little touch through now for Mark Hughes. Can he finish that up? It was a little lob over the keeper, but sadly for United also over the crossbar.
Well, again, it was half a chance, because if you look at the situation, Mark Hughes is there first. It was not the best of efforts from Mark Hughes. One has to say that again. A good effort, a good chance. Gone missing.
It's Ferre now on the far side. Some real black clouds over the Feyenoord Stadium at the moment. Ferre again, playing over there on the left-back position. Eusebio trying to get the ball through to Salinas. And Bruce taking responsibility. Just showing you how big Salinas is. He brushed Bruce aside there. Shows some good work on the ground. A tackle by Ince. No foul there, but a throw now to Barcelona. Well, if he can shrug Stephen Bruce off, he's obviously a man of some power.
Yeah, he looks it, doesn't he, as we said in the first half.
He's had 29 caps for his country, but none since the World Cup.
Does look a tough cookie, though.
Bruce.
You wouldn't nick his space in the dressing room, would you? You'd move over for him.
Well, the throw by Phelan. And here's Mark Hughes. Cross coming in, but nobody in a white shirt there to receive it. And little Eusebio can work this ball away now for Barcelona. If we needed a course, it's a night when there will be a conclusion. Johan Cruyff in the raincoat there. Extra time, of course, is a possibility, and penalties at the end of that. Looking really well, Cruyff, I must say, and finished his playing career here in Rotterdam in 1984, his first-class career, when he came late in it to Feyenoord, won both the league and the cup with them, so they have a special affection for him here. This is Nando. Met by Ince and beaten by him. McClare taking it up. Now Ince. Played it back for Sharp. Here's Blackwell. Might just be his position to have a potted goal, but always gaining height in this windy conditions here, and clearing that crossbar with plenty to spare. Koeman. Owen. Here's Phelan. Robson. An early ball in, and Hughes caught offside. Just not quite alert enough at the moment, Hughes and Sharp. They're getting caught offside so often by a very disciplined Barcelona defence that's springing forward very quickly. Alasenko playing it wide for Nando. And back to Busquets. Seeing at home, watching the semi-final he was when Barcelona were in Juventus. Saw Zubizarreta get the second yellow card and realised that he would be playing in this final. Robson. Up to Hughes. Some space on the far side for McClare, but it was a bad ball by Mark Hughes then. Suddenly it looked quite a promising situation too for United, because Barcelona seemed to have got a lot of men forward. Just get the impression in the early moments of this second half, United are trying to up the pace a little bit. Good challenge by Ince. McClare again. Got forward for Hughes, a bit of space for him once again, but he was quickly closed out in the end by Baquero. Leaving it for Ince. That's a foul. by Beguristan. A name that I'm having difficulty with all night, but his nickname is Cheeky, so that might be a darn sight easier.
Call him that then.
Now it's Beguero. Owen committed himself there and was well beaten, but Bruce got across quickly for Manchester United. Beguero again. And Beguero to Eusebio, to Koeman, now to Alasanko, to Koeman again. His brain working overtime, finding out Nando, seeking him out. Eusebio playing it through again. Trying to get Laudrup in there. That was the flag was up for an offside against Salinas. And a free kick to United. Just over 5 minutes of the second half gone. And still 0-0. Dennis Irwin now for Manchester United. Gary Pallister.
Still nothing much very much happened really in the 5 minutes, except I thought the half chance by Mark Hughes right at the beginning.
Here's Hughes again. Ince. Nicely knocked forward there for Leclerc. Playing Clayton Blackwood. Sharp. Oh, he got the better of Nando there. Good play by Sharp, brought down, free kick. That was a real classic, playing at one side of the fullback and then outstripping him on the other. Real determination there by the 19-year-old Lee Sharp. And in the end, he's clobbered to the ground by Nando.
I don't think there was any doubt about that, was there?
And United get a free kick. Blackmore and Sharp are there. Could be trouble here for Busquets. And the white shirts are really lining up there. McClare's in there. Robson's in there. Pallister's in there. Floated in there. Straight to the keeper's arms. Floated just over Robson's head. Ince knocking it back again. A throw then to Barcelona. Nando for Koeman. He's had a rough season, Ronald Koeman. He's such a quality player, but he had a terrible Achilles injury last October that kept him out of the game for 5 months. But he's back and looking pretty sharp again now, I must say. Good challenge again by Bruce. Goycochea, and a very good decision by the Swedish referee. There's no doubt about it that Goycochea dived when there was really no challenge by Bruce. The referee was right on the spot, saw it, gave the throw to Manchester United, and the thought of a free kick for Barcelona didn't even cross his mind. Here's Robson. Hughes beaten there. Baquero, who's causing all sorts of trouble through this midfield, and here he is again. Trying to get Salinas away. Pallister gets it back quite comfortably. Koeman's header. Oh. The feet were high there by Eusebio on Blackmore. A free kick.
He's not a bad game, little Eusebio, has he? He's been buzzing in and out all the time. Here he is again.
Hughes to Blackmore. Phelan's made a good little break, but Hughes was never going to be able to get that one. Laudrup's touch now to Baquero. Pallister to Clayton Blackmore. Sharp away down the left flank, but he flicked that perhaps a little too casually. And that was quite easy for Koeman. That wasn't so easy for Koeman. Bruce to Irwin. Sharp. Robson. Flag stays down. And Hughes on his way. Nando's after him. Hughes now onto that right foot. And United unlucky there. That just ricocheted off a defender. That looked to be goal bound. Hughes, just as he did in Warsaw, took it onto that right foot from that identical position and just clipped Nando, as you saw. And it's a corner for Manchester United, which Sharp will take. Poised the big men, ready to have a launch at this one, but it's Alessandro with a header away for Barcelona. And an offside, surely, yes, against Goicoechea. So 10 minutes of the second half gone. Alex Ferguson on his feet, trying to attract Lee Sharp's attention for something. And it's Manchester United 0, Barcelona 0.
It was a bit unfortunate there, Mark Hughes. That might well have been goal-bound, that shot. In fact, the fullback did well to get his foot in the way of it, because it was travelling.
McClare. Goicoechea gets it back again. Stopped that time by Mike Phelan. Plays that role well down that right-hand side of midfield. Here's Alessanco. And this should be Les Sealy's ball. Hughes first to show, shoved in the back by Ferre, free kick.
Alex is certainly having words there. It's a good job nobody can understand him, really, isn't it?
Steve Bruce then. Floated there towards Hughes. Phelan to the left foot. Let's get a good cross in now. Up towards Hughes, fisted away well. Ince trying to return it. It came off Alessanco. And another throw to Manchester United. Turning the heat up a little bit now, Manchester United. Dennis Irwin with the throw. McClare. Robson. Oh, misunderstanding there. A throw to Barcelona. Ince. Not forward. A good ball this time to McClare. And a good ball again for Phelan. And a corner for Manchester United. But at the other end of the field, Ince is struggling a bit. Trying to get himself going again. In the meantime, it's a Lee Sharp corner. Ince struggling, just took a knock on the bottom of his back. Sharp curling it in. And Nando getting it away. Sharp with a chance to turn it in once more. Bruce the first to show for this one. The keeper did well there. Everybody, not least Barcelona fans, had doubts as to how Busquets would cope with this night, but I have to say so far he's not made the semblance of a mistake.
No, he's looked very looked very sound goalkeeper indeed.
Well, it's Alessanco now, cut out by Robson. Didn't quite fall for Hughes, though. Alessanco to Laudrup. There's a break here. Goicoechea. Now Goicoechea. Salinas waiting in the middle. Goicoechea. Laudrup. Koeman's made a break. They'll have to watch this one. Salinas with a little turn. And Koeman tried to play it in again. get in there. But Ronald Koeman there suddenly made that break from midfield, and suddenly all sorts of possibilities opened up for Barcelona.
Actually, it's not before time that Koeman has done something in this game. He really hasn't done a lot so far.
Missed kick there. Can Sharp take advantage of it? Can McClair take advantage of it? They're all over the place. Will it fall for Lee Sharp? It's just gone wide.
I don't think Lee Sharp's got much to reproach himself for. I think the ball was well covered when he hit it. I've got an idea that the defenders would have got there had it been on target. Yeah.
Well, he might just have done. But that's the first time, really, there have been a serious lapse in the Barcelona defence in this second half. And a misunderstanding there between the goalkeeper and I think it was Alasanko. Ferguson. Goycochea. It might come for Sharp. Oh, he was so unlucky there, and Nando had the strength to get away with it. This is Nando. And Nagel on the wrong foot, and Paul Ince can take it up now for Manchester United. The game beginning to open up a little bit now. McClair's waiting for it, and it's a pity Ince didn't play that a little sooner. Blackmore. Pallister. Blackmore. Barcelona have got everybody now back behind the ball, but here's Hughes. Can he make something of this? He's got McClair in support. He's got Irwin coming up fast on the far side now for United. The little cross coming in. Can Hughes get on the end of this? The flag is up. A free kick then for an offside. A free kick to Barcelona. It's with Laudrup. Again, a swift challenge by Irwin, and a throw to Barcelona.
Well, you certainly still get the feeling that if there's going to be a goal, it's going to be by Manchester United. Apart from the Koemans going forward, and I'm surprised he hasn't done that more, because that's the one time that they have looked dangerous, Barcelona. They don't look like doing anything. Manchester United do.
Robson, up to Hughes. And the referee unhappy with that challenge, I think, by Paul Ince. Koeman with it, up to Laudrup. Swift challenge there by Robson, shaken off by Laudrup. Finding Nando. Knocked forward by Eusebio to Salinas. Back to Nando. Koeman. Here's Eusebio. Barcelona putting one or two things together now. Salinas. And that should be easy for Cini. Hughes. Tried a little too much there. Just managed to keep possession. I think all our legs were swinging in the commentary box at that point as he tried to wing it back. Dennis Laws was next to me at any rate. Blackmore. Bruce planted forward again. Nando meeting it though for Barcelona, just as Pallister is here for Manchester United. And now Blackmore forward again, and an offside against Mark Hughes.
Well, mind you, as you say, Brian, you've got to swing them from time to time. I don't know what it is with you and I, but we have been picking them of late, haven't we?
But this is a stadium, as we were saying at the start of the programme, that's been good to English clubs so far. Your Spurs team won here in '63 against Atletico Madrid.
Yes, yes.
And Everton won here in '85 against Rapid Vienna. And between that, of course, in '82, Aston Villa had a wonderful European Cup final victory against Bayern Munich.
That's right.
Let's hope United can make it 4 out of 4.
When Peter With went in off the post from a yard out.
That's right. Well, it's a free kick for United here. Irwin wanted to make a break down the right and hoped that Robson would take the kick quickly, but it didn't work out that way. And so Busquets growing in confidence all the time, ordering his wall about, which of course a goalkeeper's got to do to make sure it's lined up properly. But Blackmore's behind this one again. This is almost Montpellier range, this one. And the Swedish referee insisting that the Barcelona wall goes back the required distance. Full 10 yards. It's Irwin who smacked it straight into the wall. Then I think most people would have been expecting a Blackmore blockbuster. Sharp. That's an obstruction by Nando, an indirect free kick. That's why the referee has his arm up. And certainly Nando is giving Lee Sharp very, very little space at all, as you would expect. But that's the sort of thing that Sharp has got to learn to live with as his reputation grows. And there he is with a free kick, but Blackmore's also in there with a free kick. It'll be Blackmore taking it. Driven there towards Pallister. Over his head, a goal kick. In goes Robson again. United have to win here to qualify for European competition next season, remember. Although Barcelona have won the Spanish League and will go into the European Cup, it doesn't mean that if United lose they can still qualify. The flag is up, they have to win. Mind you, if they do win, it'll be a mighty strong English representation in Europe next season, with Arsenal in the European Cup, Liverpool in the UEFA Cup, and then Manchester United, of course, in the Cup Winners' Cup, along with the winners of Spurs and Forest on Saturday. Real mouth-watering prospects there as United now get another free kick. The foul by Alasenko on Mark Hughes. And we'll see what happens from this and then get another view from Dennis Law. Fantastic moment though, Manchester United in the lead.
And let's face it, not before time, and well deservedly so.
They're settling down on the bench there now, but their hearts are really a-fluttering at the great possibilities awaiting Manchester United.
It'd be great if Mark Hughes had scored it, because when you think of his unhappiness at Barcelona, this is really giving him one up, isn't it? And they don't like it up him, you know.
So the clearance by Busquets. It was always likely that one of the big defenders with those headers, there is a vulnerability about Barcelona in those areas, and the goalkeeper too. And Stephen Bruce made that a reality just a moment ago.
It was a great free kick by Brian Robson. It was absolutely pinpointed to real degree of accuracy. Super free kick by him.
But it's not over yet. Here's Seeley. Let's have a word with Dennis Law then. A great moment, Dennis, but as a striker, does Mark Hughes claim it or does Steve Bruce claim it?
Well, I must admit, really, that it was a goal that looked like coming in. The way that Hughes started the second half, he had come out a different player than he did in the first half. And I must say that if I was a striker, Brian, I would be claiming it, because the ball, certainly, it didn't go over the line from Steve Bruce header, and Mark Hughes was right there to knock it in for the goal. So you must say, I would like to give it to Bruce, but it's Hughes' goal for me.
Quite right, Dennis. Absolutely right, old son.
Well, all strikers, we've got to stick together.
Well, I'd feel very aggrieved if I was Steve Bruce, I can only say that.
No, but it's our job. It's our job you're talking about, Brian.
Listen, if you were in the United team, you wouldn't care who scored.
Correct.
Actually, I think that's the right attitude, Dennis. I mean, the crowd are not that bothered. It's in the back of the net, and that's all that matters.
And here's Dennis Irwin. Hughes, a little touch for Phelan. Crossed in again by Irwin for Mark Hughes. Is this going to be another one? No. And a goal kick.
Right, it's a great free kick, and Bruce has met it brilliantly, but is it? Well, what do you reckon, Dad?
Well, I would say definitely that it didn't go across the line, did it? It looked as though he may have been hit it with his shoulder, actually, the header, or supposed header.
Here's Eusebio for Barcelona. Let's not get carried away because there's still quality here and there's still danger here. Escoyacachia goes round Clayton Blackmore, the cross comes in there, and Robson belts it away. Barcelona warming up Pinilla, who is a striker. And a fairly aimless ball there, played forward by Nando.
Actually, we've got to say now that we may have a game on our hands because Barcelona have got to come out and play, and we haven't seen Barcelona playing at the moment. This can only be good for the game, this goal.
Alistair. Sharp really clattered to the ground there. I think it's probably Eusebio who's... No, it's going to be the number 3, Alessanco, who's coming off. So they're taking away a defender and taking away the captain, and Sharp is going to get treatment.
Well, Sharp took one from our friend Mr. Nando again, and it's pretty obvious what his brief was before the start of the match. And he's succeeded in doing it.
So Panilla's on, Alessanco's gone, and you can just see Pinilla there. You saw him a moment ago in the background telling everybody now what Cruyff wants in terms of a rearrangement. It looks as though Ronald Koeman has gone to central defence in place of Alessanco, and Sharp is on his feet again and raring to go again for Manchester United. Blackmore with the free kick. Hit to Hughes, who's offside. 17 minutes to go. Separating Manchester United from another victory in Europe to go with the one 23 years ago on that famous night at Wembley in 1968. Salinas, Pinilla. Bringing Goycochea. He's the real danger man, this one. Getting the cross in, Bruce with a header, getting a bit of distance on it. And a corner given to Barcelona. So it's Goycochea. Goycochea with the corner. Robson with the header. Leclerc, the long ball forward, and it's Insu's right up there. Robson's probing ball again. Hughes in the clear. Keeper outside the box. And then this explosion that makes it 2-0. Certainly Mark Hughes' goal. The first one's been credited to him as well, I gather. 2 for Hughes, 2 for Manchester United, none so far for Barcelona. Goycochea for them now. So important that United now hold out in these last next few minutes rather, so that they can just calm themselves down. If Barcelona get one now, they'll feel they've got a real chance again. They've got another corner. Crucial moments these now for Manchester United, just to keep their shape and discipline and keep that 2-goal lead. Goycochea then with another corner. Driven in this time. United lining up to get it away. Lee Sharp. Koeman playing it patiently wide on the far side. Laudrup crossing it in. Hughes bringing it away. Leclerc's up there with him. And Hughes savaged there by Becerro, and Becchero's going to get a yellow card. Oh, and United are incensed with the way that the midfielder went for Mark Hughes. And the Swedish referee gives a yellow card to the number 6 Becerro for the assault on Mark Hughes.
There was a very nasty tackle. Obviously, a little bit of jealousy has crept in here with Mark, ex-Barcelona, And oh, that was just nasty. Very nasty indeed.
But what a night it's turning out for Mark Hughes. He was saying to me last night, this is the most important game of my career. And he scored twice against a team that felt he wasn't good enough.
Well, it's got good at Barcelona. That was good enough for Manchester United.
Well, we're paying for letting him go. Let's get a word with Dennis Law while Mark is still getting himself to his feet again. Great moments this for your old club, Dennis.
Absolutely magnificent, and they've been the best team, apart from the opening few minutes of the first half. They've been the best team. They looked the most likely to score, and that was absolutely superb goal from Mark Hughes. As Jimmy said, he went so wide, and yourself, Brian, he went so wide that they didn't think any chance of him scoring. But it was the ferocity of the shot from that angle which dictated that the second goal went in. If he had just placed it as we would normally have done, then the defender, I'm sure, would have cleared it. But it was such a superb shot, and of course came at a time just after the first goal to make it 2-0, and really that is a situation that you're not going to lose.
Here's Nando for Barcelona. In goes Paul Ince. Here's Lee Sharp, and another free kick to Manchester United. No, this time given to Barcelona. Robson, well, that was a rash challenge there by the United captain, and that'll be a yellow card, I think, for Brian Robson.
Yeah, that was more stupid than anything else, really.
It was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. I think.
And really, Brian really should be keeping everybody calm now and keeping them, keeping their feet on the ground a little bit.
He should be, and he's had a great second half. He's made both of the goals, and he's really leading by example.
Kerman. Long ball wide there to Laudrup. Phelan hustling to get that one away, couldn't quite make it. It's Laudrup again. Oh, that's a lovely bit of play on the ground by Laudrup. And the challenge by Robson. And the referee's given the free kick.
Yeah, I don't think that was anything other than a genuine late challenge. I don't think there was.
So there's problems for Johan Cruyff now and for his Barcelona team, but watch Koeman. He has got the most explosive free kick. He's renowned for it throughout European football, and United, if he pierces this wall and gets it past Les Sealey, they're not home and dry yet.
This moment, from his point of view, made it very difficult for Les Sealey, who did get his hand to it. But I don't think you could blame Les. He got to it.
10 minutes now to go. Ferre with the header for Barcelona. In goes Robson. McClare trying to get in, and Koeman tidying it up and getting it back to his goalkeeper. The throw out to Gerkachia. In goes Clayton Blackmore. Nando's cushion header for Koeman. Here's Baquero. And suddenly Barcelona look a different side now as Laudrup comes forward for them. The ball comes in. It might come for Baquero. It might now come for Pinillo, but the flag is up. The flag is up. The flag is up.
Yeah, the flag was up for a long time.
My word, it's getting a bit close now. I've said it before, and I would think we've probably now got a nation on the edge of their seats, because this has really turned into a tremendous finale over the last 10 minutes. 9 to go now, separating Manchester United from another victory in Europe. But against the Barcelona side that looks as though it's got its appetite back. Certainly the stadium is it's noisier than it's been at any time so far tonight. Goycochea. Firecrackers have been going off away to our right, and the ground is almost shrouded in a mist now as the smoke comes down. Nando beating Hughes in the air. Ince getting it away, but there's Eusebio playing it down this line again. Got to stay firm now, Manchester United. Pinilla. Goycochea. Barcelona looking as dangerous as they have done at any time during this game now. Spreading the ball around with confidence. United needing to defend well and gets possession again. Laudrup once more down that left-hand side. Phelan getting it away, but only knocking it up to Ferre. Now Nando. Boyakachia's away on the right-hand side here. Salinas being challenged by Clayton Blackmore. Boyakachia. Got to hold him up. And Robson doing a good captain's job there with that challenge. Hughes played inside for Robson. Just got to calm things down a bit and keep possession now, but Ince won't get to that one. Got to find a situation now where they can just calm things down. Play it around sensibly and find each other with good, simple passes. Cruyff must feel that Barcelona are back in this with a real big chance now. Here's Koeman, the man who's caused Manchester hearts to flutter. Baquero, Goycochea, in goes Sharp, and then Blackmore plays it away down the line, but it'll still be in possession for Barcelona.
Yeah, you're quite right, Brian. What Manchester have got to do is they've got to get hold of this ball and just knock it around between themselves for 10-15 seconds just to get themselves back into a bit of composure.
It's Barcelona who are doing all this now, you see. They just can't get possession sensibly, United. This is Eusebio. Oh, come on, now let's see if we can...
That's it.
McClare now. Hughes is up ahead of him. Hughes is on his way again, looking for a hat-trick. Down he goes. That's a free kick right on the edge of the box, and Nando will get a yellow card. Will he? A red card! Nando sent off for presumably the professional foul on Mark Hughes on the edge of the box. And Barcelona, the ball seemed to be swinging their way, and now it could be swinging against them as they're reduced to 10 men. I feel that was terribly harsh, mind you.
It was a bit harsh, but he has clattered Lee Sharp a few times, and I suppose justice has finally been done. He certainly has won it. Now, he did bring Mark Hughes down. You can't really argue with that.
That puts a slightly different complexion on it, I must admit.
It was a one-on-one situation.
And Nando's off.
And as I say, he has done his share in this game.
5 minutes are left. Manchester United leading by 2-1 in this Cup Winners' Cup final in Rotterdam. The free kick for them. Robson's behind it. Hughes is waiting. The keeper's there too. Blackmore's lined up behind it also. Nando, what a disappointment for him. A 24-year-old. Blackmore shot. Straight at the keeper.
Good free kick. Well struck. Free kick coming up. It was a well-hit ball. It could have gone anywhere.
Baquero's long clearance. Irwin's header. United 2-1 ahead. A little over 4 minutes left. Long clearance again. Touched on by Laudrup. Up to Baquero. Just got to get possession again, United. Robson playing it, but the whistle had gone for a free kick for the foul on Laudrup. So there'll be more pressure now on this Manchester United defence. Koeman behind this free kick again will lift it teasingly into that Manchester United penalty area. There he goes. And a good jump by Blackmore. But United have pulled everybody back now. Salinas trying to get in there, and you see Blackmore giving away the corner there, which United could ill afford to do. They're going to take it quickly. Goycochea with it. Salinas waiting. Baquero's in there too. Baquero's with a header. Get that away. Yes, Robson does. But it'll be a throw to Barcelona on the far side. Inside 3 minutes now. United hanging on to this 2-1 lead. Up goes Seeley for that one. Off the head of Salinas. A back header. And Panilla, with Seeley out of his goal, almost had a chance of turning it back in. It's a goal kick. Let's look at the watch. 3 minutes to go.
Well, that's a bit of relief now. Les can take his time.
He's taking his time.
Bit of composure.
Swedish referee's looking hard at him, and he'll add time on for it.
Yeah, but only half as much, right?
Phelan goes for that one. Pallister in also. Phelan's gone down injured for a moment, but there's no suggestion of a free kick. Alex Ferguson just a matter of minutes away now from winning the Cup Winners' Cup for the second time with Aberdeen in '83, hopefully now with United in '91. Ferre gets it back to goalkeeper Busquets. No guessing as what he's going to do. Whack it forward as quickly as he can. A little over 2 minutes left now. Hughes turning again. Getting away from Baquero. It'll be a goal kick. And if United win, they'll become the sixth team from England to have won this Cup Winners' Cup. Spurs, West Ham, Manchester City, Chelsea and Everton are the others. The glorious six, if United can just do it. Panini being challenged by Bruce. Oh! Panini's getting in there. There could be problems here. Senior's lost it again. And Laudrup kicked off the line by Blackmore. My goodness me, how close that was. And it's not over yet. Phelan back there. My goodness, up to Hughes, and now United can break out. McClare's made a brilliant break down the left-hand side. Can Hughes pick him up? Coming towards the last minute now. Here's McClare. Lee Sharp's gone into the middle. Robson with the ball. Now just hold it for a moment. Plays it now for McClare. Sharp and Hughes are waiting in the middle. And a good save by the keeper, but it's a goal, it's a corner. And that'll take a little more time. 1 minute to go.
Well, that was as good as a goal from Clayton Blackmore. Kicking it off the line, and Brian McClare there.
But what a miss, what a miss. And what a scare for United.
Well, it was, but it was great positioning by Clayton Blackmore to get it off the line. And I think we're now seeing United wasting up the time.
Sharp. A free kick. Given which way?
To United.
To United. A few more seconds. A little closer to that bit of silverware. The first time in 23 years, remember, that United have won a European final.
Well, more importantly, Brian, we're back in Europe and we've proved that we're still a great footballing nation.
Sharp having a little hustle. A throw then to Barcelona. On my watch, 15 seconds are left. Goycochea with a long, despairing kick out of defence. They get it back to Baquero. It's not over yet. Here come Barcelona again. Ince trying to get his challenge in and does so well. McClare playing it up there, but that was a wasted ball. And Busquets will now get the ball as far downfield as he can. We're playing time added on. Pallister's header. Sharp gets it away. Now hold it, Mark Hughes. No, he can't. Oh, and it's been knocked by McClare straight to Goycochea. In comes Dennis Irwin. It's over! Manchester United are winners. 2 goals for 1 after a wait of 23 years. Nesini prostrating the goal. 2 goals by Mark Hughes. And United are home. Victors in Europe. A place in Europe next season as well. Alex Ferguson, the victorious manager. What a marvellous night for British football and above all for a great club, Manchester United. They really took it to Barcelona, who were without, agreed, some of their better players. They looked the better side by half-time, and they really made it count in the second half with those 2 goals. We'll give the first one to Hughes, the second one there's no doubt. Then, of course, Kerman with the free kick. Got our hearts fluttering. There was a kick off the line by Clayton Blackmore. But at the end of it all, a great, great night of glory for British football. Dennis Law.
Absolutely magnificent. And as Jimmy Greaves said earlier on in the commentary, it's not only a great night for Manchester United, it's a great night for English football, because apart from we've been in the wilderness for the last 5 years, so to come and be allowed back in, and then to actually go on and win it, is absolutely magnificent, and the fact, of course, we are now an extra team into Europe next season. And really, when you looked at the game, didn't they deserve to win it? Leicester was very unlucky with the free kick from Coleman. It came back, he sort of got a hand to it, and then it hit him, went in. Then it was panic from there, and Clayton as Jimmy said, that was as good as a goal, the one he kicked off the line. It saved United, and it really is a magnificent night for everybody in England.
I think what's got to be said as well, then, is the fact that Barcelona, everyone was saying, well, this is the best team possibly in the world. And Manchester United have come here tonight and taken them apart, which is a great advert for English football. And what a wonderful season we can look forward to next year with all the teams being back in Europe. It proves that English football is still the tops. It has been over the years, and it still is. And it's a great achievement by Manchester United tonight.
Well, 4 times English sides have come to this famous old stadium to play in European finals. 4 times they've won. With Manchester United's victory tonight, well deserved, and still the players celebrate. A smile of triumph from Alex Ferguson. He's really got this club on the move again now. Look at this conducting the crowd as he's conducted his team so superbly this season.
I think they might have a few shandies tonight.
Brian Kidd there with him, who was, of course, a great member of the 1968 side. Fantastic achievement for him. So pleased for Alex Ferguson.
But isn't it lovely with winning the cup with Aberdeen and then with Manchester United? That's a situation that I don't think will be beat for a long, long time.
Both times against Spanish clubs. Both times when the sides went there as underdogs, Dennis, as well. Nobody gave Aberdeen much of a prayer against Real Madrid in '83. Nobby Stiles there, look, with all smiles there. Just
with his teeth in.
Nobby, of course, another great member of the side of '68. Mark Hughes.
Just going to say, wasn't he magnificent in the second half?
Second half, he was terrific. Absolutely fabulous.
He must be really savouring every moment, Mark Hughes, mustn't he?
Nobby's had that cup for a long time as well. With him winning it now, he may get a new one.
Well, he wouldn't have bought that one, would he?
Well, the photographers are absolutely massing in their hundreds down there to get the shots of the president of UEFA, Lennart Johansson of Sweden, who will present the cup to Brian Robson. Taking a little time to get going.
Brian, isn't that a funny game, really? As Jimmy has often said that he's through the years. So disappointed a couple of weeks ago, getting beat from Sheffield Wednesday in the League Cup, and a disappointing game, wasn't it? I mean, it was a poor final. They came here tonight, as you said, the underdog, and really played superbly in the second half. So it really, you know how it changes, isn't it? It's lovely. It's a terrible game, this football, you know.
Actually, Norbert Stiles was saying to me today that it might well have been that defeat at Wembley that really shook them up and got them going and hyped up for this one.
Well, they knew they had played so badly, didn't they? They went out and thought they just to go out and win it, and they didn't play at all. They knew they had to do that tonight. If you're going to win a final, you've got to go out and play. And this guy in the second half was absolutely superb. His second goal, of course, came again.
But it was great for Brian Robson as well, because there's a man who's not been without his disappointments over the years,
and indeed in the last few weeks.
And
with
in
the
the last few weeks with the England situation, with the World Cup situation, and here he is leading his team.
Well, this will make up for all of it, won't it?
Will
for that
indeed.
number 7.
It will indeed.
I have to say that European nights, the presentation of trophies always seem to cause them certain problems, and they don't really have quite the same panache as Wembley has. And so we still await for...
They don't have the royal box today, Brian.
Well, I'm sure many of you at home must have thrilled, particularly in that last 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, when Les Sealy, as you said, Dennis, was a little unlucky. That free kick of Koeman's that snaked through, he got a hand to it, it came back off the post and went into the back of the net. When suddenly it all looked up for grabs again, when Barcelona came storming forward.
You've got to have a bit of luck sometimes as well, haven't you?
Well, they're now about to present the trophy. The Barcelona players are really just way off centre stage at the moment. This is where the money is, this is where the interest is.
Well, they've deserved it. They've played impeccably throughout this tournament. Not just tonight, but all their games this season in Europe have been excellent games. And they really have played well in this particular tournament. They've won away from home. They've done everything right, Manchester United, and this climaxes it.
Well, here comes the big moment for Manchester United, and not least for their irrepressible captain, Brian Robson. Up he goes! The Cup Winners' Cup of 1991 belongs to Manchester United.
What does it feel like?
Oh, it's now look at that. This is about, it's the club, it's Manchester United's about winning the biggest things you can possibly win. And I'm so proud of them. They've done themselves they've distinguished themselves as far as I'm concerned tonight. They're heroes now, they're legends.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That's brilliant as well. I think it's just brilliant.
You outplayed them though.
Sorry?
You outplayed them.
They played strong team, they played a lot of nice football, but I think we had where it counts. We hurt them at the back. We never tried to give them a rest. And the goal that finished it was an absolute classic.
You did it in silence, didn't you? Played well.
Yeah, the lads really put it in that, and I think we deserved that win.
When you went 2-0 up, you thought, do you think that was it?
Well, especially when they got the man sent off, but Gurman did a great free kick there and that, you know, which just made us a wee bit nervous the last 5 minutes.
How did these old legs stand up to that then?
No problem. Don't mind these every week.
I think every United fan thought you'd maybe taken the ball too wide.
I think I was one of them as well, but I knew once I got past him, there was a lot of space to hit, and I was just thankful we went in.
How does this moment compare to the rest in your career?
Oh, this is the best thing that's ever happened, I tell you. It's magnificent.
You can have the winner, but he can't have that. Sparky! You just tell me when you want to do them. Two of them! Well, you could have just left it, couldn't you? You could have just left it.